Jean Lejeune in the building. What's up, family? What's up, fight fans? Main man, made man here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Yo, man. Gennady Golovkin versus Sergey Derevyanchenko, man. Close, 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 close fight. Too close for comfort. Got people questioning, is Gennady Golovkin the same dude? Kevin Nevermind in the building. We got a lot to talk about, fight fans. We got a lot to talk about. I seen the fight. Took in the fight. Very, very close fight. It was a unanimous decision. All three judges giving it to Gennady Golovkin. Two judges giving it to him 115, 112. One judge giving it to him 113, 114. What up, UGC Black? What up, though, fam? What up, though? Shout out to the UGC, man. Yo, as y'all come on in, hit them thumbs up, man. We're going to have a lot to talk about here, man. Unbelievable close fight, man. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all from the top of the video. Let's call it. I gave the fight to Sergey Derevyanchenko, man. I thought that it was a robbery last night. I thought Sergey Derevyanchenko pulled out the fight. We know we had a knockdown in the first round. We know that Sergey Derevyanchenko outlanded Gennady Golovkin. He outthrew Gennady Golovkin. He outworked Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin did hit Sergey Derevyanchenko with a lot of clean shots. But it's just like the Sean Porter versus Errol Spence Jr. fight, man. It's the same thing. One fighter won more departments of the fight than the other guy did. Sometimes, you know, a lot of fight fans out there, they see the clean, decisive punching and they say to themselves, well, this guy has to be the winner because he is hitting this guy with the cleanest shots. That's just one area of the fight. You know what I'm saying? You have to win other areas. Pushing the pace, ring generalship, outworking your opponent. Derevyanchenko won in all of these departments. This is the same exact reason why I gave the fight to Showtime Sean Porter over Errol Spence Jr. We must stay consistent, fight fans. If I'm going to judge that fight because Sean Porter outworked Errol Spence Jr. and beat him in certain and other departments, I believe, and that's why he pulled out the victory, it's only right that I do that same thing for this fight. You know what I'm saying? So the question is at this point, where does Gennady Golovkin go? I'm going to say this, man. I see exactly why Gennady Golovkin now is staying away from Jamal Charlo. I see exactly the reason why Gennady Golovkin is staying the hell away from Demetrius Andrade. Gennady Golovkin at this point in his career, man, he has definitely took a step back and slowed down. You know, he did a lot of good things in this fight. Don't get it twisted. He did a lot of good things in this fight, and he fought hard. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you can't outrun Father Time, in my opinion. And on top of that, I believe that Gennady Golovkin staying at 160 his entire career is starting to also have an effect on him. You know, they said in this fight that Gennady had a problem with getting to the next day weigh-in, which he could not rehydrate beyond 10 pounds. And they says that Gennady Golovkin had a problem coming in and making that 170 next day weigh-in. Look, man, we've been screaming for years. A lot of us fight fans have been saying this for a long time. It's time for Gennady Golovkin to take a chance and go up. He should have took a chance to try his hand at 168. You know what I mean? I think that this weight cut, him at 37 years of age, it's going to start to affect his performance more and more and more. Not to mention all the wars and rumors of wars that he's been involved in. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what y'all talking about. Muhammad Ali says it could have gone either way, champ. With his style, age has caught up with him drastically. Am I the meanest? Show it down. Am I the prettiest? Show it down. Kill that. Apologize. All right, we back. That's people literally calling me up about the fight last night, man. I wanted to know what my take on it was. Yeah, it was a close fight. So let's get back to the comments. Derek Wilt says, dude was hurting Triple G. Salute to the DMV all day. DMV fam in the building. You know what I'm saying? All day. Be on the lookout for Lamont Roach versus Jamel Herring right on the horizon. Muhammad Ali, Billy Joe Saunders should take the Triple G fight and step at middle or super. Well, my deal is, in Gennady Golovkin's case, he is really stuck between a rock and a hard place because he's been called out now at this point by two fighters that sit at 160. And both of these fighters are champions. He's been called out by Jamal Charlo, and most importantly, he's been called out by Demetrius Andrade. Andrade has been wanting Gennady Golovkin ever since Gennady Golovkin signed to DAZN. Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? These are the two fights that Gennady Golovkin is going to be faced with if he doesn't get the Canelo Alvarez fight. There's a reason why Gennady Golovkin wants to hurry up and get to this Canelo Alvarez fight, because that's the cash out fight. That is it. Gennady Golovkin was assured by the DAZN executives that they will work this out, that he gets into the ring with Canelo Alvarez for that third fight. Gennady Golovkin was hoping to do it more sooner than later. And this is the reason why. The dude knows he's aging. The dude knows he's took a lot of punishment over the years. He knows he's having problems which keep constantly shrinking down at 160 at 37 years of age. Yo, man, I mean, let me just say, for Sergey Derevyanchenko, man, he beat Gennady Golovkin to the punch all night long. He was definitely the faster fighter. He was the more active fighter. You know what I mean? Shouts out, hats off to Sergey Derevyanchenko and Andre Rozier. I thought the footwork was key. The thing is, I noticed from rounds 1 on down, hit the thumbs up as y'all come on in. From rounds 1 on down, the very first thing that I noticed that Gennady Golovkin was doing wrong, he had a terrible judgment of distance. He was allowing Sergey Derevyanchenko to get way in too close for comfort. Way in. Gennady Golovkin was not keeping Sergey at distance from the opening round. Not when he got tired, not when he started to, his stamina started to go low. He allowed Sergey Derevyanchenko well within his space from the opening rounds. And I thought that was a problem. I was like, well, clearly Gennady Golovkin is the taller, bigger fighter. Why is he allowing Sergey Derevyanchenko to work at a very comfortable distance? And I was like, nah, that's not the way to go. You know what I'm saying? That's not the way to go. Sean Newton in the building. No robbery. It was a close fight just like last week. But Sean, like I'm telling everybody else, I thought that Sergey Derevyanchenko won more areas of the fight. Outworked the same argument. If you take my argument for the Sean Porter fight, it's a carbon copy for this fight. I thought that they fought the exact same fight. Pressed the action all night long. Yeah, sure. Gennady Golovkin had successes. He was using that. He was working some good hooks on the inside. Yeah, no question about it. He had some successes. But at the end of the day, you can't just stand there straight up and down, no head movement, no, just because I'm constantly hitting you, I'm not hitting you as much as this guy's hitting me, but I'm hitting you. That's just not enough. You know what I'm saying? That's just not enough. Derevyanchenko was the more aggressive fighter all day, Shane. Muhammad Hamatola, Golovkin is an average fighter who feasted on weaker opposition for years and got exposed as soon as he upped his competition all day. You know, the thing is that, man, I hate to say it this way, but it's sad that Golovkin waited to 37 years of age to say, now I want to step up. I don't know if we having any buffering issues out there. It looks like we're a little slow, but anyway, I don't know why he waited till he was 37 of age to say, now I want to start stepping it up. Granted, to Golovkin's credit, the division was what the division was for a long time. It wasn't no top-notch names out there for a long time. We didn't get the Sergio Martinez fight. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get a lot of fights at 160 because there was no names there. There was the Willie Monroes there. There was all of these type of dudes, and now the division has gotten 20 times better. Golovkin ain't looking the same, but it's hard to say as if that Golovkin was never that good or whether it's age. It's hard to tell, you know what I mean? Because he didn't start stepping up until 37 years of age. It's hard to call it, bro. It's hard to call it. Brother Reality says Triple G clearly lost that fight all day. You know what I'm saying? All day. Let's ignore all the guys who ducked him. But the thing is, Sean, there was some, don't get me wrong, there was some little issues here and there, but at the end of the day, there was no reason for him not to take the Jamal Charlo fight. There was no reason for him not to take the Demetrius Andre fight. These fights, these are the level of fights that people honestly through the years have been asking that Golovkin fight. And I ain't saying that everything he did was bum bashing. I'm not saying he was a bum bash. I'm just saying that once the division starts to heat up and it's on fire now, it's like, you know what I mean? Come on, you ain't looking the same. That's all people saying. And on top of that, you're doing a lot of cherry picking. Like, come on, bro. Let's not act like he cannot make the Andre fight. That's a unification fight. He now has the IBF. Andre has the WBO. They should be making that happen. There's no reason why they can't make it happen. Other than the fact that they see vulnerabilities in Gennady Golovkin, and they are not going to allow that Canelo third fight to float away. Just not gonna happen. He fought Jacobs and Canelo. Yeah, but he didn't beat Canelo. And the Jacobs fight could have went either way, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, bro. I mean, look, he tried his hand, but we wanted the fights that the people have been asking for are the ones that he hasn't given us. And that is Charlo, Andre. He has given us the Canelo fight, granted, to his credit. Bad enough that the Ward debacle went the way it went. You know what I mean? I think after the whole Ward situation, people were really looking closer at him because it was like, okay, you didn't give us Ward. Ward, your trainer and Abel Sanchez clearly told the world, everybody from 140, say from 147 to 168 or whatever the case may be, he'd fight him. So he came out not looking good in the Ward situation, and then he still didn't give the fights that the fans wanted to see, aside from the Canelo fight. Big Dose 513 in the building, you know what I'm saying? Lawrence Williams, what up, famo? What up, dope? What's good? Chenko's pivots on the inside to prevent Triple G from getting off, and the cut actually changed the fight. Chenko's sense of urgency started in the third round, which was crucial. 7-5 Chenko, and that's exactly how I had it scored. 7-5 for Sergey Derevyanchenko, man. I agree with you, bro. His senses did get high. His alertness went up. His speed was on point, man. I got it. Both neither man head movement was like a big factor in this fight. Their defense both needed some work in this fight, but this was a ball to the wall kind of fight. You know what I mean? And Sergey Derevyanchenko outperformed Gennady Golovkin. He outpunched him. He outlanded on him. He hit him with the body work on the inside was real thorough. He hit him with a body shot in the 5th round that had Gennady Golovkin wincing. You know what I'm saying? All of these things combined, bro. Pushing the aggression, outlanding your opponent, outworking your opponent, controlling the pace. Bro, all of these things are the things that gave Sergey Derevyanchenko that fight. You cannot just hit. That's how Gennady Golovkin has got through his opponents in the past. He stood there. He was the more consistent fighter where he just never went away. No matter what you hit him with, he just never went away. And even in this fight, you've seen a lot of that. Gennady Golovkin was not going away. But the problem is normally when Gennady Golovkin doesn't go away, his consistency winds his opponents down. Round after round after round of standing right there in front of you, constantly, no matter, even if you hit him, he just keep coming back. That consistency will wear his opponents down. In this fight, he had an opponent who says, I'm not going to let Gennady Golovkin's consistency wear me down. Here, I'm going to trade with him. I'm going to push him back, and I am not going to allow him to get the edge in the punching department. That was something that Sergey Derevyanchenko set in stone from, like my man Lawrence just said, basically from round 3 on down. Real talk. It was a good fight, man. It was a good fight. It was a good fight, man. Charlo should fight Derevyanchenko. They are both PBC guys. True. But it's like one of them things with Charlo, man. Like, I'm tired of seeing Charlo fight leftovers, bruh. Like, look at the guy he's fighting, man. The guy he's fighting, this is Mungia's leftovers, right? Then it's Hogan. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the fights that we don't want to see. Why does Charlo got to keep settling for these dudes, you know what I'm saying? And why does he got to keep selling and not getting the fights that he deserves? It's not like he wasn't the mandatory. It's not like the WBC didn't order the fight. He ordered the fight. They ordered the fight. This shit been happening. When y'all say, oh, it's a difference in networks, we know how this go. Whenever a sanctioning body orders a fight, guess what? The two networks, promoters, whoever, are forced to come to a purse bid. So don't give me no politics. When the fight is ordered, that means that both sides have to work together. Now, and this is one of the first times that well, I ain't gonna say first. The WBC word meant crap in this situation. They ordered a fight with Jamal Charlo and didn't even enforce their order. Then when he was the mandatory to Canelo, they give Canelo a franchise belt to get him out of the mandatory situation. See, Sean, there's too much maneuvering around Charlo. There's too much maneuvering that don't make no sense to nobody. And that's why everyone now should be banging the drum of we need to see Charlo versus these dudes. Because he's been crapped on by the WBC. He's been crapped on by DAZN, Canelo, and Gennady Golovkin. Everybody like, well, Charlo need to come on over to DAZN, which is something I'm wide open to. I don't mind that. I think a fighter should always go after what they need to get. But at the end of the day, when the WBC ordered the fight, it doesn't matter what side of the street you on, because you have to come together. Doesn't matter, Sean, if he fought a top 10 guy. Doesn't matter. He's a champion, correct? He's a champion and he was a mandatory. Why does that matter when you were a champion and a mandatory? And let's not forget that Charlo was a champion at the weight class previous. So, yo, man, like all of this people, this is crap, bro. If a fighter fight his way up to a mandatory spot, I don't care what the hell he's done. I don't care who he fought. If that sanctioning body declared this guy a mandatory, the excuses are out the window. You did, unless you bringing a better fight. Unless Gennady Golovkin was in a unification, like in this case where he went after a world title, I guess we somewhat should understand because it's a world title. But however, Charlo got a belt. Matter of fact, Charlo got the green belt, the prestigious green belt. When did they not? Remember, Gennady Golovkin was running around boxing, telling the world, or when Canelo had the WBC belt, when he took it off Cotto, what did he say? What was his exact words? Give me my belt. Give me my belt. When Canelo was going through the ringers of negotiation because he wanted to go up and face Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and all of that jazz was going on, what was Gennady Golovkin saying? Give me my belt. Well, guess what? Your belt that you want is now held by Jermall Charlo. Are you going to go get it? Hell no. Hell no. Muhammad Harmon told us his Golovkin is in a bad place. DAZN will not accept no more Rose-type opponents, and he will struggle against the rest of the division. Be it a rematch with Derev, Andrade, or Charlo, and obviously Canelo. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't see Golovkin cruising through no fights from this point on down. There was some talk. There was a little talk the last couple weeks, and I've heard whispers about Gennady Golovkin possibly testing the waters at 68. And Eddie Hearn will be very interested in putting him into a fight possibly with Callum Smith. And I mean, look, it makes sense. It makes sense. He needs to try himself up. You see, it's no way that Canelo should have went up before freaking Gennady Golovkin. No way, man. No way. No way. No way. But I don't know, man. I just see from that performance I've seen last night, speed kills right now at this point in Gennady Golovkin's career. His age, his wear and tear, speed kills. You know what I'm saying? Like Derevyanchenko was the much faster. He beat Gennady Golovkin to the punch all night long. Speed and footwork kills. Truth be told, Billy Joe Saunders right now has his best shot against Gennady Golovkin than he's ever had. Best shot, without a doubt. Billy Joe Saunders stylistically is exactly something that I think that will give Gennady Golovkin problems. Speed, angles, footwork, movement. And most importantly, you have to be consistent round by round. Now, that's the one thing that not all fighters may have. You know what I mean? Some fighters may be fast. Some fighters may be strong. But not all fighters can go like that for the entire fight. And that is the one edge that Gennady Golovkin has had over majority of his opponents. Sergey Derevyanchenko wasn't that guy. He wasn't going to stop. And so he took that away from Gennady Golovkin. And when he took the fact that I'm going to be more consistent than you, Gennady Golovkin, not only that, but I'll be faster. I'll be doing more in this ring. I'll be controlling the pace of this fight. I'll be digging you up on the inside. He added more to it, and he took away from Gennady Golovkin. It was beautiful. Beautiful performance. Doesn't really matter in the building. What up, famo? G or Canelo cannot ever fight Charlo. He would KO both, ending their careers, and the fans would be butthurt. Absolutely, bro. Man, after last night's performance, man, I'm sorry, bro. I think Charlo, man, just destroys Gennady Golovkin right now, man. I mean, but the thing is that Charlo has not been the most finesse style fighter. I believe that a style like Billy Joe Saunders is more capable of really beating down Gennady Golovkin. Charlo, he has a good, of course, a very, very strong jab. Charlo has the size, he has the athleticism. He could definitely move. I don't know if he's faster. They're about similar in speed to me. I don't know if he's faster. But Charlo does have aggression in him. He does have consistency in him. He does have a lot of dog in him. You know what I mean? It'll be interesting, bro. It'll be really interesting. I think he edges it, and from what I seen last night. But I think Billy Joe Saunders, man, creates a lot of separation now between him and Gennady Golovkin. You know what I mean? That's a fight that should have happened years ago. Years ago. You dudes should stop since you happy Bud is ducking Bud. Bud is ducking Spence. Be consistent. Oh, come on, Sean. Don't get that cracking this morning, bro. Don't get that started this morning, man. Bud ducking Spence. Where you read that at? Who told you that lie? You know what I'm saying? Where did you hear this at? That Bud is ducking Spence. I don't want to crack the can on this can of worms right here, but I don't know where you heard that at. Bud is ducking Spence. Last time I checked, Bud is the #1 pound for pound fighter in boxing. Sits at the mountaintop of boxing. How can you duck nobody when you're under nobody? You're on top of everybody. So how can you duck any fucking body? I doubt it very seriously. We can have that conversation though. Big Doe says it was posted today that Ward's coach said it would take between 30 and 40 mil to get Ward to fight the winner of Canelo versus Kovalev. I seen that, man. I seen Virgil Hunter talking that 30, $40 million talk. We know dang old well Ward ain't gonna get paid 30 to 40 million by nobody to come out of retirement. You know what I'm saying? I love Andre Ward, beautiful fighter, man. You know, straight up purist. But remember Andre Ward's criticism before he retired. A lot of us get amnesia, and we remember that Andre Ward's biggest criticism on his entire career was the fact he could not fill up a cafeteria outside of Oakland. So you think a promoter is going to come back and pay a beltless, you know what I'm saying, Andre Ward, 30 to 40 million to fight anywhere outside of Oakland? Y'all are tripping. Remember, Andre Ward put a beautiful deal on Sergey Kovalev where he took all of the pay-per-view revenue. You know what I mean? Now, he forced Sergey Kovalev into a stupid deal, and Sergey Kovalev took it. Sergey Kovalev made jack crap off the Andre Ward fights. You know what I'm saying? Andre Ward snatched up everything. Because they knew. Andre Ward knew. Boxing Logic United in the building. This fight was similar to Porter and Spence robbery all day. That's what I've been saying, homie. It's the same thing. The way you called it for that fight, you got to call this fight the same way, because the same dynamics played out in that fight as they did in this fight. But I'm telling you, man, Golovkin better stay away from Billy Joe Saunders. And I'm starting to wonder about Demetrius Andrade, because Demetrius Andrade fights in a similar fashion too. He likes to use speed. He likes to use length. He likes to use his footwork. Demetrius Andrade and Billy Joe Saunders may be the two fighters that really are the Achilles heel of Gennady Golovkin. We all thought it would be like a Canelo and a Charlo. They have very good style. Don't get me wrong. Very athletic, very strong styles. But as for Billy Joe and Demetrius Andrade, they would try to finesse Gennady. And I think that would give him more problems than anything. I'm just saying. Sean Isaac says Tyson Fury is on WWE, right where he belongs. You know what I'm saying? Right where he belongs. Maybe his finishing move gonna be